Hey guys, it's Jimblade304 here, and today we're taking a look at set 71860. Lloyd's Titan Mech has 1,293 pieces, released on March 1st, 2026 for $130, and has 3 minifigs, 2 of which are exclusive. We'll take a look at all those later, and we're going to do a full comparison of this to the original set later on. But for now, we're taking a look at just this set. This mech does stand quite tall. It is now the biggest Ninjago mech in terms of piece count. But if we put in Cole's Titan Dragon mech, that's there for a reason. There's part of that that'll combine with that. We'll take a look at that later on. But this mech is absolutely amazing. It is incredibly tall, has some great posability to it, so we're going to take a look at all of that. Starting off with the legs and feet, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. The feet are on ball joints. They can rotate side to side and forward and back ever so slightly, if I don't knock the whole thing over in the process. That is not something that happens regularly. I just did that just by mistake. The foot is built with 2 ball joints, and they connect at the back here using one of these like semi-pneumatic pieces. It looks really good. The way it's built is really clever. It uses one of the ball joint pieces like you would see on like Mater or something like that, and that connects with a Mixel style ball joint up at the top there. Looks absolutely incredible. You can get plenty of posability out of it. It has a very good range of motion, especially at the leg, and you can also bend the knees, something that the original could not do. It has a little knee pad there, which I think does look really good, and it's the same thing on the other side. A couple small stickers, nothing too important down here. Overall, I think this one does look really good and has great posability. You can move it forward, back, in and out, up. You can get it into a really good looking walking pose just like that without really even trying too hard. Moving up the body to the torso, it can rotate left to right slightly. There is a thing in there to block it, so it can't go a full 360 around, which I think that's perfectly fine. There's no need to do that for this mech. I think it works just fine having it be slightly to the right and slightly to the left. The arms also have great posability. They can go forward, back, up and down. The wrists have a full 360 posability with this very beautiful built-up sword. There are a couple other accessories that can be clipped onto the mech. We'll take a look at those in a few minutes. But this is absolutely incredible. You get a mop recolored in sand green down here at the end, which looks really cool. Not something I was expecting, but I think that looks absolutely incredible. On the other side, it's the same thing. They can go up and down, forward and back. Elbows have good posability. The wrists have good posability. The shoulders have good posability. Very solid posability for this mech overall, and I definitely think LEGO did a great job with this one, making sure it had plenty of posability for kids who might play with this. Moving to the top, we have these 2 large shoulder pads that can be moved ever so slightly. You really wouldn't want to move them in any normal situation, but they can be moved. There are a couple nice stickers there that just have Lloyd's dragon symbol and then his Ninjago letter symbol there, which I think looks really good. They do add detail, definitely, but they are not essential stickers at all if you really hate stickers. The head is on a clip and bar joint as well as a Mixel ball joint to allow you to get easy access inside. There are a couple spots to take Lloyd's katanas, so you take one out of his back and then put it in that side, and then you do the same thing on the other side, and then you take Lloyd and just plop him right down in there. There are no studs inside here. It is completely tiled over. And then close this up, and he is ready to take battle in his Titan mech. As I mentioned, this mech is absolutely massive. It's 1,200 pieces, almost 1,300 pieces, and it looks absolutely incredible. The color combination of the white, sand green, and gold is simply amazing. One of Ninjago's best color combinations for Lloyd specifically. It looks great. The mech functions great. It has a lot of great play features, and there's a couple more that you haven't even seen yet, so we're going to take a look at those right now. I mentioned earlier on that there are a couple other accessories that you can take from the back of the mech and put them on to the hand/wrist area, so let's take a look at that. His katana is just clipped in with a Technic pin, so you can just pull it right out. And it is an absolutely beautiful looking sword. I love this piece and the way they use these pieces to come together. I think it's absolutely incredible. This is one of the better brick-built sword designs in my opinion. Taking a look at the back of the mech, there's nothing super special going on here. There's just this part that can be detached. It's kind of like the flyer to the original one, but it doesn't do that. And in fact, you can take the back of Cole's Titan Dragon mech, which is why I brought it out for the comparison earlier in the video. And then you can just slap that on right in the same spot. And I think that makes this thing look pretty cool, and also backwards compatibility with LEGO mechs. I think that looks absolutely awesome. Starting off with one of the other accessories included for the mech to use in combat are these two wrist blade type things. You take them and you attach it right there where the mech's hand is, and it basically has two functioning wrist blades, which I think looks really cool. Just like that. You can use them as like icebreakers or whatever you might want to. This was obviously never in the show itself, but I still think it looks pretty cool. And obviously still full range of motion, nothing is impacted there. And while I have those off, I can show you that the sword can be attached to the back part as well with this gold pin. I believe it just goes right on, just like that. And then it's on, you can have that stored back there, or you can have it face upside down, whichever you may choose. The other part of this that comes off are these two things on the top. So you take those off, you combine them, and then you have a shield that can be clipped in to one of these Technic pin holders on either side. So now the mech has a shield, and you can have it equipped with the sword. You can have all three things equipped at the same time, but I wouldn't recommend it. And then obviously, once you're done, you can just take this and clip it right back into place on the back of Lloyd's mech. And you can take the sword and just kind of pin it back there, or give it back to Lloyd's mech to have hold in its hand. Just like that. And then there you go. Moving on to the minifigs now. Our first minifig is the legacy version of Lloyd ZX. This is a pretty solid minifig. I think the gold works here better than it does on Cole or Jay, let's say. I think the gunmetal gray is obviously the better color overall between the two for Lloyd ZX, but I think the gold works pretty well in this case. I don't hate it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I think it works pretty well here because gold has always been his secondary color. We'll spin him around to the back, see what you can see. The head hood piece is dual molded with the green and gold. I think that works really well. His regular body color is regular green, and his arms are dark green, which I think works pretty well. You can see the nice shiny reflective gold print in his torso there. I think that looks really, really good. And we'll take some stuff off to get a better look at his face print. And by now we all know and recognize his face print. It's the same face print that we've seen for the past almost 9 years. It's the same one from the LEGO Ninjago movie. Still looks fine, just wish they would change it up every once in a while. And on the back he does have his original emblem that he used to use from that 2012 era when he first became the Green Ninja. And also a little bit more of that subtle gold printing that you can see when it reflects in the light. I think this figure looks pretty good. Our next minifig, and an exclusive one to this set, is Grimfax. He was the Ice Emperor's right-hand man, kind of the man behind the operation that turned Zane evil and into the Ice Emperor back in Season 11, if you guys remember that far back. It wasn't that long ago, about 7 years ago. Wow, that really actually was pretty decently long ago. Anyway, this figure does look really good. I love the dual molded dark blue and trans light blue helmet piece. I'm glad that's back. I believe that's the same mold that it was back in 2019. But I think it does look really good. His axe is built up very nicely as well. I think this figure looks absolutely incredible. The slightly silver detailing on his torso looks really good. The ice printing itself looks really good as well. And here we get a better look at his face print. This one looks pretty good. Turn around for the other side. This one looks pretty good as well. Much more angry and sinister looking. I think this figure is really good, and I'm glad it was included in this set. And our last figure in the set is the previous Elemental Master of Ice. I believe his name is Hibernus. I apologize if I butchered that or got it wrong, but this figure does look really good, very accurate to what we see in the show. Uses that Moro style hairpiece in white, which I think looks really good. His torso printing is very crisp and clean. I know they struggle sometimes with light on dark colors, but I think it looks really, really good here. Overall, the printing is very solid. Nice leg print as well. And a pretty solid face print. If we take his hairpiece off, we get a good look at that face expression. And we turn around and we see we have an angrier face expression. Also, the brick-built stand has that printed 15th anniversary little 2x2 round tile, which I think looks good, and I'm glad that they continue to do that. With that, we only have one more of these figures to take a look at in the X1 Ninja Charger when that comes out in the summer. But overall, I think this figure does look really, really good, and I'm glad they went this route for the 15th anniversary. So with all that said and done, I think this Titan Mech is a really good set, has great posability, does a lot of things equally good or better than the original Titan Mech. The original Titan Mech is still one of my favorite Ninjago mechs ever. This one is definitely really good. I like the backwards compatibility with Cole's Titan Dragon Mech. I think that's absolutely fantastic. I like just the color scheme of this in general. That sand green, white, and gold works so well, and I'm never going to complain when they use that for Lloyd. I think it looks absolutely incredible. The figures in this set are somewhat lacking. I wish there was just like one or two more, maybe a couple Blizzard Samurai or Blizzard Warriors. But overall, I think the set is an absolute win. If you can afford this and like this mech, I think you should definitely get it. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Jimblade8304 signing off. More Ninjago videos coming soon. Bye.